Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
But let's back this up. Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. Okay. Gotta say, sponsored to you by Dispose. This is a small garbage company that again we're redesigning the website, redesigning R&B, took it over and we're trying to make it something totally different. Customer service is one of the things that we definitely focus on. As my main concern as the operation director, I have to make sure I'm giving you a great quality of service. So again, give us a try. Come check me out, go to my website. But last but not least, most everybody know my number. I've been in the industry for 27 years. Come check me out, see what I can do. Because again, I'm just trying to offset everything else that everybody else say they can do. That's right, I said it. Now, let's get back to the person I got in the building with me tonight. Who is this person with me? Craftmatic in the building. What you doing, big baby?
Man, I'm holding on.
Holding on?
As they say, I'm holding on for dear life.
Oh, no.
I got a little more security under my feet than that. But most certainly, I'm holding on, you know. And the life is just good, man. Life is just good. I got some bad news this week. I lost my uncle and my father's brother. They were very close for all their life. And going to celebrate his life this weekend, so a little somber about that, man. But I know the Lord don't make no mistakes, and I know that he is home now, no longer suffering in pain.
Right.
And you know, we're gonna give him a good time going out of here. You know what I mean? So I'm doing great, my friend. How are you?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I have been running, but I told you when you walked through the door, man, I'm a happy camper.
Right.
I said to myself last time when I did the prayer that, you know, the good Lord has blessed me.
Yes.
And now I have to sit back and understand the blessings.
Yes.
And he's showing me so clearly that, yo, I have you in favor.
Yes.
Continue your path, your journey.
Yes.
So if I can enrich anybody tonight, all I can tell you is don't give up.
Right.
Don't quit. I started this a long time ago in the garbage industry, maybe 28 years ago on the back of a truck.
Right.
You know, I hate to say this crap, it's a little joke, inside joke. I started off as a well-paid bum. I'm picking up people's trash, bro,
Right.
on the back of a truck. I'm
Right.
holding on. I was 12 years of school for this, really?
Right.
You know, but I didn't lose sight, and I didn't give up. And now look at what I'm doing now, and I'm not going to even state all where I'm at in the position. Titles don't mean nothing to me. I'm really just loving the fact that I'm encouraged with myself because I found out I have power.
That's powerful.
To be able to do things and move things, and people are moving with me.
There you go.
And that's how you move mountains, but also how you achieve. So again, all I can tell you is back up and love it.
Yeah, man. Listen, when he's taking a good look at himself, that personifies who and what we are. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And we have an opportunity to enlighten you through dialogue. And tonight we're going to have some powerful topics and discussions. And this show is not for those who are looking for the quick fix or those who just want to look for the 1-minute video. We're talking about some profound understandings of why people do what they do. And this just might help you be a better you. It just might help you understand not only yourself better, but all the people around you. It may help you understand your situation and your circumstance better. Why? Because we want you to look into the mirror of our discussion and see yourself. What would you do? How would you respond? This is just an opportunity to have a little therapy with your own mind and heart about the subjects that we bring forth. So we thank you for being here with us tonight. This is Jay's vision and of course our life's work. And we're here every week, Thursday from 7 to 9, Facebook Live, and we're all over the internet. You can find us everywhere. Just look for Bar Talk with Jay, and you'll see Craftmatic and Smooth Jay pop up on your screen somewhere. So we got a great show lined up for you tonight, and we always start the evening off with a prayer. I don't know, Jay, would you like to do our prayer tonight?
Man, I'm going to let you, man, because again, we lost a great person in your family, which is our family. So we're going to let you let everybody hear words of encouragement. And again, I think you need to go ahead and announce his name.
Yeah.
And again, I want to make sure he lives on.
Yeah. Let's just go in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you right now for your awesome power and your awesome presence in our lives. We thank you for all that you have done for us in our lives. We are grateful for the life of my uncle, Thomas Kraft. We thank you, Father, for all that he brought to the table. Will you magnify his works in the world right now, Lord, in the name of Jesus? We ask, Father, that you would surround him and show him a greater way and a greater life. We ask, Father, that you would let him sit beside you just like Jesus Christ. Let him sit at your right hand and be a part of the kingdom. Let him be an angel right now in your arms and in your hands. We ask these blessings, Father, in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Ooh, man, I went to the heavenlies in that.
What?
Yeah, I went to the heavenlies in that. I keep thinking about, okay, he's not here, he's in heaven. Let's pray for him how he needs to be prayed for in heaven, right? You don't pray for you don't pray for a sick man and a man who's whole and complete the same way. You pray for him very differently. And so I had to pray for him in the place that we believe he's in, and that is in the Lord's hands in heaven. So I prayed a heavenly prayer. You know, that's just what I do. Woo!
Bro,
I'm on fire, man. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
I like it.
I ain't even saying that, Lord, please bless this show. And help us do a good job here tonight for our audience. Let us not make no mistakes and just have a good time here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right? So let's kick the show off by talking about last week's topics. And it was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Why do we allow people to take us out of character?
Triggers.
Triggers, yes.
You gotta remember, somebody that's close to you understands your trigger,
Right.
and that's why they do it.
Right.
And that's the only way I can see a person totally coming out your character, not at least a person that's just come straight up to you and disrespect you.
Right.
I can see you coming out there too. But again, I like to say I got to hold close to my character. And again, sometimes my character is popping off. Because again, you should have known better. Don't come at me like that. I mean, you should have known I was going to say
But they
something.
obviously didn't know.
Well, I know. I
You know
think
what
they
I'm
did. They just I want to see what he gonna do.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I want to talk about surrounding triggers. So we all understand that there's these hot spots people can hit, words they can say, things they can remind you of that is your button. They push your buttons with words or with situations or circumstances, whatever. And so once they determine that that is your button, right? The question becomes, can you live with somebody who's on purpose going to constantly push your buttons?
I say no.
Because at a certain point, they're going to pull you out of character, right?
And make me do something or do something I don't like
Yeah,
to do.
and the only reason they pull you out of character is because you care so much, right? If you didn't care, you wouldn't get upset. But
Right.
because you care and they keep pushing your buttons, you're going to get, you're going to blow up, right? You know, it's just a matter of time. So I think we have to ask ourselves, especially in relationships, you know, for people who are going to continue to push your buttons, is that the kind of person that you really want in your life? Is that the kind of person that you can live with? You know, we're always talking about relationships. Can you have a relationship with somebody who's always pulling you out of your character?
I would like to say that's a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Because again, I can't say you can or can't. Because that's going to be a person-to-person decision.
Right.
But I can tell you my decision is hell to the no.
Right.
Why? Because when we communicate and we talk and you continue doing this, then obviously you don't really care for me. And if
Perhaps.
I'm trying to
Yes.
add value to our relationship and this is the best you're going to bring to it,
Right.
it's not worth my time.
Right. Shooting daggers and throwing darts and
I'm good.
You know, and,
I'm good. That's the only way you know how to do it because
throwing
that's what all
trash.
you've been taught. You know, my whole thing is I can't change your behavior. I can't change you.
Right.
It's gonna be up to you to change yourself. And if you feel like this is you and this you just gotta live with all this,
Right.
I can live by my damn self. I'm good.
That's exactly right.
And that's
exactly right. And because see, someone who can pull you out of your character, they always got you in the palm of their hand. And it's not good for anybody to have anybody in the palm of their hand, right? Because you can never determine what route God is taking a person, and you want to pull them in a whole nother different direction. But that person has a key to upset you. And if they want to upset you or like to upset you, you got a real problem there. And, you know, somebody you probably need to move on from.
Take that key.
The key to this thing is, we talked about character, to take us out of our character, out of who we are. Some key points that came out of last week's show: never let the outside affect the inside. Okay? And you know, we're going to talk about that in a very interesting way. Let me say it again. Never let the outside affect the inside. Okay? Because we're going to be talking about cheating tonight, and I want us to recapture that. Never letting the outside affect the inside. It's all about self-control, right? That's why Dr. King always practiced nonviolence. right? He never wanted the world to take us out of our character. No, our character is not to fight and not to be in a scuffle and a battle and a war. Our character is to outsmart and outpoise our enemies, right? We don't upset them so that they have reason to use their weapons on us. We stand strong through the good fight. And that's what it's all about. Even when you're in a relationship, you got to stand strong through the good fight. There are things you want to say, but you can't say them. And if you say them, you're going to hurt your environment. And if you're not mindful enough to hold back from hurting your environment, at a certain point, the other person gets sick and tired of it. They just get tired of it. Sometimes you have to keep your mouth shut. And I think in my relationship, I'm learning that a lot. You know what I mean? Okay. That there are things that I would have said in the old me, but in the new me, I look at things so much more differently. You know what I mean? Maybe through the eyes of love more than anything else. Because I'm always thinking about, hey, no matter what I say, I really don't want to hurt this person. No matter what I say or how I feel, my goal is never to hurt this person. My goal may just be to deliver a harsh message.
I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy. It's not easy. But listen, if you are in a committed relationship, you are bound to the cords of righteousness, my friend.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You can't go around saying what you want.
Hold on. Nobody said nothing about no damn committed relationship. Now, when you're dating, I'm trying to learn that in the dating phase, we gonna work our way into the other phase. Okay. I want to incorporate that in dating because I think it's very powerful. Mm-hmm. Because again, I don't want to hurt the person that I'm around. I don't want to upset my environment because I really like a positive vibe.
Right.
That's not positive. And I don't want to throw negativity even though I call myself a positive person. That's not positive. You're not looking at the bigger picture.
That's right.
So I have to self-evaluate. And I think that what you just said is a good key point. And if I can get it in the dating, I think I'll be able to carry that on into that monogamous relationship that you're talking about. That's later.
There you go.
Later.
And let's kind of close out this. Obviously, Jay, you're welcome to chime in, but let's kind of close out this last week's discussion by saying that character is about doing the right thing, whether the camera is on or off.
Right.
Character is about saying the right thing when you know that it's going to hurt someone or not hurt someone, right? You gotta do the right thing under all and any circumstances, even if you are going to be somehow maybe minimized or not necessarily taken advantage of, but you get the losing side of the pie. Mm-hmm. It's okay because God is made strong through our weaknesses. That's what we gotta learn. We're not trusting in the universal system. We're trusting in a divine system, and a divine system will never allow the righteous to be forsaken. And so, do the right thing, right? If somebody calls you a name or out your name, don't turn around and call them a name and out their name.
Don't turn around.
Don't turn around and slap them. Don't turn around at all. Do the right thing. Keep moving on. You got to realize that's not worth it. When BS comes at you, immediately the first thing that comes to my mind is this is not worth it. And I'll immediately position myself so that I don't let the outside end up on the inside, right? Just some rules of the game in terms of not allowing people to get under our skin and take control of us through our emotions. Inner strength is what we all need to be an individual. And we are most certainly always individuals. So, you can check out the show. It's all over the internet, bartalkwithjay.com. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, Spreaker, iTunes, Periscope. Where am I missing?
Man, you forgot Black Planet, you forgot Craigslist, OfferUp, Craigslist. Man, I'm telling you, if they selling it, we right there with it. You better understand what you get. Now, I ain't lying. Every platform we can think of.
You can catch us on Craigslist.
That's right, Craigslist.
That's an interesting concept, but that's where people are.
Hey, man.
Right? Millions of people out there every day, and if we're there, maybe we'll capture a few people. Let's move on to our quote for the week, written by Miss Barbara, who was couldn't be here with us tonight.
Macon, Georgia.
Yes, sir, but she always do a fantastic job, and this is what she put together tonight. So powerful. And the way we go. If you have a good person, hold on to them. A person who tries, hardworking, that will go above and beyond to make you happy. Be with you through the valleys and the storms. Hold on. No one is perfect, but work towards being a better person to strengthen the both of you. Hold on to them. A person that can run with you and have your back. Celebrate, because those people are hard to find.
Wow. Man, she be going hard in the paint, man.
Listen, now that whole passage, right, is about a relationship. That whole passage is about holding on to what you have that's good, because the grass is not greener on the other side. People leave relationships, and I understand when you leave for extreme reasons, but when you leave and there's things that you could have done, there's things that you could have said, there's things that could have changed the game, if you had just realized that you got a good person. If you'd have just realized that you're going to have some storms and some valleys, but this is a good person. Look at the character of a person. We just got done talking about that. Keep them if you got a good one. What you say to that, Jay?
I agree. One of the reasons why I look at that is, if you notice, she ain't mentioned money.
Not at
A
all.
lot of people value that on money. This person didn't know. A person that enriches you, encourages you, might not even give you money at all.
Right.
It's all in the wording, it's all in the encouragement and the positive vibe. One of the things that I like to say that should be in your life as a person, as a friend, a fiance, a husband, is still a nurturer and a caregiver.
Yes.
And a lot of times we are a protector, but we got to break it all the way back down and nurture as well.
Yes.
We always look at from the woman, but I feel like a man needs to do that with his wife as well.
Absolutely.
Your fiance or girlfriend. Dating, I ain't gonna say we're gonna go all that far into dating, because that's just dating to eliminate, but it is respect level.
Yeah,
I feel like need to be there.
I like the word you just used, nurture. That's what this is about. Hold on to them. When you see that they're trying, they'll go above and beyond to make you happy. Hold on to them, right? No one is perfect. They got faults. Everybody's got faults and flaws and issues and opportunities to grow. But if they're a good person, hold on to them. We're talking about nurturing a relationship, right? That is the nurture. The nurture comes out when you kind of do it. You can proactively nurture, but a passive nurture is just holding on even when things aren't quite going well. Saying that it's going to be all right when things aren't quite hanging on. We see too many failed relationships because people aren't willing to just give in some time and do some nurturing rather than just trying to be right or get their way. There's nothing wrong with calling a bad seed, and you need to fire them and get rid of them. But if you got a good person, find a way to make it work, nurture that relationship. And so we got a couple of minutes. You know what? I'm gonna do this later. Let me do this later.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a piece on the law of attraction, and be a great discussion for us to have, because so many of us miss opportunities to manifest in our lives, and the law of attraction is the way to manifest. So we'll talk about that shortly. It's time to go to break, and I want to go ahead and give you tonight's topic, so you can get ready for a marvelous show. The topic for tonight goes like this: why do we allow ourselves to be in a relationship with a married person knowing that they will never be yours?
Now, everybody out there, again, Jay gonna give his, I'm gonna do it a lot later, but what I need is for y'all to get on Facebook and give me your opinion. Now, I got my man Kraft that can actually see the Facebook page, and we're gonna be able to holler out. That's good, and that's gonna be on my page. That's gonna be on the Jeremiah Harderberg page. Again, on the Bar Talk page, it's not shown on the screen, so we won't see it directly. We'll try to get back to it. We get Jamal in the street, so again, we get to get the street side. Jeffrey got his own segment. And again, I'm gonna start getting on the street myself. I'm gonna do some pre-recording.
Okay.
I'm gonna change the game.
Yeah, man.
Because I
That's
want to
what we
hear
need.
more people's comments on this, and it shouldn't be about our opinions. It's about bringing the conversation to your home front. If it does not fit you,
Right.
one of the things I would take from Jeffrey: do not put this on, and hey, turn it off.
Right.
We get it.
Right.
But if it do, and if it's something that can help somebody near you, then remember, share it, and dang show pass it to them. And maybe it might open their eyes to what we're talking about, because this is something that needs to be addressed. And again, it happens all the time.
Right.
Not too many people want to talk about it on upfront, but they quick to do it behind closed doors.
Right.
I'm just saying.
There you go. And so, folks, stick around. Next couple segments, we got Jamal coming in. We got the good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey coming on. and then Jay and I get an opportunity to really go in on the subject. So we got a great show lined up. Stay tuned.
All right. Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay.
Alright. We back up. We perfect.
But
We perfect.
we good there. Back with Bar Talk with Jay. One of the things I want to do is announce to y'all again in August the 2nd and the 3rd. That's right, Bar Talk with Jay is going back to where he came from, Akron, Ohio. My man Jeff is throwing a 30-year anniversary class reunion for again Central Howard, but we're not going to just say Central Howard. I want to get the adjacent schools to come kick it with us. That's Bookto High School. We also got to go with Elliott. We also got to go all the way over there to Garfield. We got to go to Kenmore.
Right.
We want everybody to be in the building. We want to show y'all what we can do. We've been doing great things, and I want to make sure y'all understand we're going to have some fun. That is the 2nd and the 3rd of August. And again, it's only $100. That $100 do not do your hotels. You got to do it on your own. But the drinks, the partying, the tour, and also the main event, which is on that Saturday, the bigger party,
Okay.
you can't beat that for that. What they're asking, a little for a lot.
Yes.
Let's do this, and that's again in Akron. So now,
Ain't nothing like a party.
come on,
Nothing like a party.
and we love to party.
We love to party.
Now that we back with Bar Talk with Jay, I gotta introduce somebody that's out there in them streets. This is my man that look like him, that's not him, but he's gonna do these great things for me. That means my man Jamal. Jamal, how you doing, big baby?
Man, what's hanging, fellas? Bone, Frank, ATL, man, Bar Talk, what's happening?
Man,
What's happening, man? You sound fired up tonight, bruh.
Bro, I just took a look at the topic, Bone. You wrong for this.
hang on, bro. You in them streets. You can't be saying wrong. You gotta make it right, baby.
Yeah.
And we need to hear you tonight.
Oh, you definitely gonna hear mine on this topic. Oh, I'm trying to get to the top on the streets right now, man. I figured I was gonna wait till y'all hit me up to get out there and see what's popping with these topics and opinions.
Okay.
But cornballs, let me dress y'all. Y'all slacking, man. This is the time y'all need to be working out. Listen, you can have the most whack game. Have something for the lady to look at, bro.
Right.
Go to the park. Man, hit the pull-up ball. Do some push-ups. Hey, just stretch with the shorts and the leggings. I said shorts and leggings, not just the leggings, fellas. That's kind of real stuff. But, hey, man, go out there and do that, man. You gonna find you a female that's working out, athletic, and that's when you start working out with them.
Yeah.
If y'all don't tighten up, hey, you can still be a teddy bear, whatever. But if y'all don't tighten up and lift some, push some, how you gonna maintain a female in that push position if you can't hold your own body weight up?
Right.
You gonna crush the female, man. Get something for that woman to look at.
I think you're right on point, man. Like right on point. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, right? A lot of men are just, letting it go. They stomach hanging all over their belts, acting like they don't care. And it'll
Bro,
be
when
that.
you 40 years old and you ain't got no chest, you slacking. That's just a lack of effort.
Right.
Man, when a brother hard working, he don't gotta hit the gym. He lifting on that heavy stuff, he gonna build on muscles up.
Right.
That's hard work.
Right.
See, it's an example. It's a mental thing that what you're trying to put out there. See, you don't have to be in the gym 24/7, but again, when you hard working, when you changing them tires, when you a mechanic, when you lifting that heavy duty, or you build that upper body strength. So you show your woman I'm a hard working man.
Mm-hmm.
But play, man, if you don't got that chest build up, that's your own fault. You're lacking, man. Your woman looking at you and looking at the next dude, somebody like me, and that's how she end up, talking to somebody while she married.
Hey.
That's gonna be a little bit later, though.
Hey, listen. That's the yin. I want you to talk about the yang. What's the woman side of that equation? What would you say to the lady cornballs about getting tight?
Oh man, y'all lady cornballs. How I do? Hey, stop wearing those shirts that show y'all stomach, but y'all got too much stomach. I find that to be highly disrespectful. I don't care what your excuse is. If you gonna have fun, you can keep it a little, fun. Don't even like that. You feel me? It's something to cuddle up to. But listen, you gotta dress appropriate.
Right.
When you let that thing hang out, and the shirt is too small for it, I'm looking at you like you got no style, you got no class. You're looking for attention. You're thirsty.
Yeah.
Don't females, I show no respect for. I treat you for the top that you are. You can't touch me the way you carry yourself. Hey, fellas, when you got the strength and the swag in yourself, you can have that mindset. Hold on. You can have that strength and that mindset and handle that type of stuff. But until you get like that, you gonna jump for anything because she look at you. Man, you better get your game tight. Look at that woman and say, you're not even worth my standard. I carry a certain echelon of female, and that ain't you.
I like that, my brother. I like that, my brother. Listen, woo, man, you bring such heavy messages. So are you about to address our topic for tonight? Let me go ahead and recapture it. It is, why do we allow ourselves to be in a relationship with a married person knowing that they will never be yours? How would you respond to that, Brother Jamal?
Damn, that's my first response. Alright, I'll say it like this. Life ain't all peaches and cream like everybody thinks. Just because you got the whole big wedding, don't mean that's the person you're going to stay married to lifelong. That's not to discourage the event. That's not to discourage the ceremony and the celebration. However, there are times in life where the person you marry is the person you love, but they're not the person you are in love with. You might find the love of your life at a later point in time when you are actually ready for her. See, it's crazy because not me, but somebody I know, he got some tattoos and white for it, but I ain't gonna call his name. He found himself being the playboy. The playboy with the reputation, he just don't care. The popular knows, the females know, they come on with what it is. There's no conversation being had. He bit off more than he could chew one time. The person was his friend, and
Drop off.
We lost you. I think we lost you, my friend.
what ends up happening,
Oh, there you go.
that friendship develops into so much more.
Right.
And now the person that you're friends with them really became your lover.
Right.
And the person that she's married with, he ain't paying attention, and now that door, it ain't even just open no more. It means that we left that crack open for a brother to just full on slide in. In situations like that, brothers, if you lose your woman because you're not showing her attention, it's a dude like me that's gonna talk to you, that's gonna kick that sister and show her the attention that she deserves.
Right.
Love happens at amazingly weird times, and it's most likely when you're not looking for it.
Right. Right.
That happens. I mean, it's not to say it's not to say that you're a bad person. It's just if you don't pay attention to your woman, if you don't pay attention to your man, it's gonna leave that door open. That ain't a guarantee. It's like that. We still got that moment.
Right. Right. Let me just start off by saying, we don't condone cheating. We don't back it up. We don't believe that is the way to go in life. That is against the rules. I mean, cheating is breaking the rules. That's what the word cheating is. And if you break the rules,
It ain't cheating unless you get caught.
you know what? That's one way to look at it. But see, you got to understand the karma of life. Whether the other person sees what the bad stuff that you did, the universe does, and it's gonna bring right back to you exactly what you put out. It's just the way the world works.
Okay.
So I think that
Fair enough.
even if you don't get caught, you still gonna be held accountable to that because you did what was morally wrong. Now, I said all that to say that if you meet the love of your life while you're married, you're married and you meet the love of your life, somebody you work with, you seen next door, whatever.
Right.
See, that cannot be pure love.
Come again?
It can't be pure love because you are that's a bubble. That's something on the outside of your world. It's just it's a whole cheating mentality. It's like it's just goodies that I get on the outside. And you can become become in love and infatuated with goodies, right? But when you got to face that woman's bill paying skills and whether she take care of her home and if she's a good mother, when you start weighing those things, then you might not consider her to be the love of your life. See, the appearance is tempered because you can't call goodies real and true. You can't call a cheating relationship real and true, and you deeply love this person because it's just an outlet at that point. Go ahead.
Okay, let's kick it this way then. Now, that relationship, they may be great for him. They may be great friends.
Okay.
That fire is no longer there romantically. Romantically, they are just two partners that work together. But when along in life comes, and without looking for it, it's from somebody that I love. It's from somebody that I can kick it with.
Okay.
Now, what does that say? Does that mean that I gotta stay in this marriage because I'm obligated to?
Yeah.
Well, can I not choose to? Oh, God, no. Hey, listen, contracts get pointed out all the time. There's a couple of cans from checks out of here midstream. There's a couple of outfits that got returned a couple of days after purchase. Hey, man, I appreciate saying, I want to be with this person, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to spend my life in misery or making somebody believe that I love them wholeheartedly when I don't. That is the biggest morality flaw. To stay with a person that finessed them for years, having them believe that there's something to me that they are not. That is the finesse.
Yeah, and man, you are teetering on what is real love and what is not real love. You know what I mean? Like, just because you don't get along with a person, you might not see eye to eye, you may not have common things in place, you married that person. You know what I'm saying? There's a deep love there. And you're not going to just throw that away because you're not infatuated with them anymore. You know what I mean?
How long you want me to stay in this relationship? I need another person.
Listen. I'm arguing from every leader, every pastoral leader position in the universe.
He supposed to be in the street anyway.
Yeah.
You need to be getting the female.
No, this is good stuff. We need to talk about this because it just ain't right. Listen, here's the other thing I wanted to mention to you that you said. You said even the friendship can grow, right?
Uh-huh.
Watch this. Even the friendship is tainted if they're married. Even the friendship is not of purity because
I'm in these streets right now. Hold on, sweetheart. What's your name? Monet. Okay, keep this. The topic of the night is: would you mess around with somebody that was in a married relationship? Now think of it like this: they could be with somebody that might not be the person they in love with. They might love them, not in love with. Here you come. Y'all was supposed to be friends. Now you gotta mess around and be in love. Life happens now. All relationships don't start off pretty. Somebody who's messing with somebody at the beginning. So could you mess around with we grown adults, so you know what happens after dark. Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Could you mess around with a married woman?
Knowingly?
Yeah.
No.
No, so he might have lied to you.
He lied to me before that I went up.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on if he want to live a double life.
Okay.
But I'm not the double life type of girl.
So he gonna have to choose you over the one.
No. Go back to her because it's not that easy.
So he did what he does. So he either got to lie or if he tell the truth.
I'm lying anyway.
Touche, this is true.
Right.
let her answer.
Right.
Or they're divorced.
Oh, they say they're divorced.
Just to get what they gotta get.
But what if we tell you up front, hey, I got a situation going on, this is what it is. I ain't gonna flex to you, but
What would you do first? Because what happens with our cousin life, and I don't want that to happen to me if I decide to marry somebody that's me.
There you go.
Crap, right now, you 1 for 1. All right, hold on.
I applaud you.
I'm gonna let Craft get this one.
I applaud you. Listen, those of us who have been taught, quote unquote, the institution of marriage, we do not want to go against that. those of us who have been brought up with a certain set of morals and values that right's right, wrong is wrong, you know, we're all afraid of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. We're afraid of cheating
we
because...
back again. I got a whole other female.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Sweetheart, listen at me.
I'm Simone.
Simone, all right, Simone. I'm an adult, right? This is Bar Talk with Jay. So we, you know, there's the cheap stuff we talk about, but we talk about anything. We do it. We all them. Now, you ever messed around with somebody that was in a relationship before, or they were juggling a relationship? Yeah, stuff happens, bro. You know what I mean? As long as they treat you right, that's what you do. That's your
Hey,
business.
let her answer.
Okay, cool.
Hey, you lead. Let her answer, man.
What if homie was married? So the ring is the ultimate killer. So he gonna have to hide that ring for a minute. That what we saying. Okay, so marriage is the ultimate lie. We can cheat with boyfriend, girlfriend, but once you married, okay, let me ask you this one. Would you stay in a committed relationship if you fall out of love with the person? Not for a month, not for a week, but I mean, you've been together for a minute. You got great friends, you got great parents. But as far as romantically, it's just not there no more. Would you stay in that marriage just because you're obligated to?
Some people get that confused, but they feel like if you're not kids together,
Right.
you're obligated to stay.
Right.
with the person.
Right.
No. If it ain't no love there,
If there ain't no love there.
love is what makes a relationship.
So now if you married, you doing the dude, y'all about 10 years strong.
Right.
However, y'all more likely go through the house like partners right there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Ain't no more.
I tell my girlfriend they bought it.
Alright, now you don't need a new dude. Need a homie. He told you, you talked to him, I'm gonna mess your relationship up. And sure enough, he let that boy smash one time. He put that thing on you. Now y'all talking for real. Y'all talking for real. Y'all, hey baby, I need this. Baby, I need this. And y'all just, baby, I'm going through this thing. He that's here.
Hey, she not gonna do it, bro.
What happened?
Friend of the husband.
No, not friend of others. You're not messing with people we know. That's
Slow it down. Come on.
Alright, so get married,
Right.
but now you done messed around and got a whole new male friend.
Okay.
And you and that male friend, right. Will you stay in that married relationship out of obligation if you no longer in love? You gonna take the new chance, because life is life.
She gonna take the new chance.
Thank you.
Okay.
Crap, we want to, hey, crap, we even now, bro.
Yeah, we even. And listen, we gotta go to break, man.
She agreed with me.
She don't know what she was talking about. She don't know what she was saying. Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we gotta go to break.
Oh, no. I ain't even going nowhere. I'm staying right here.
Okay.
Jamal,
Hey, listen.
stay there. We're going to bring you back on at 8:05. And we're going to find out what more
Oh,
people
wait a
got to
minute,
say.
Crab. I have an update. Bro.
Quickly.
He asked me when I met with a married man.
Right.
And I said no.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. I'll take that. That's 2 to 1.
That's 2 to 1. So check it out. Craft is up. Craft is up.
No, the relationship is not, so that the love is not there.
Oh, and the love not there. Would you
So
still?
the love wasn't there because he was married to someone else.
Okay.
Hey, listen, we gotta take a break, man. Slow it down, man. Hey, folks, we're gonna be right back. We can't get our co-hosts cooperating, so y'all hold on. We'll be right back right after this with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Panic is up 2. Jamal is down. He's only got 1. We didn't even know it was going to be this kind of competition tonight, but one of the things we're trying to do is find out where everybody stands.
Yeah.
And again, we're not saying we condone any of this.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, it's happening, we're having a conversation, and we're just trying to get some clarity and trying to put some things to bed. I doubt if that happens tonight, because it looks like it's going to be a fight. And so far, Kraft is winning. But before we go any further with Kraft, we need to find out what my man Jeffrey's doing today. Hopefully he has a great day, because if he don't, all I got to say is we in for it. So, Jeffrey, how you doing, big baby? Okay.
All right. Chirp, cricket.
Okay.
We might be having a little technical difficulty. Are you with us, Brother Jeffrey? All right. He was online, right? Yeah, he was on the line. So just a few technical difficulties. As you can see, folks, we are always trying to go so deep on these subjects because, what came out, there was a lot of things that came out in that last discussion. Things like he was okay with cheating. He was okay with just leaving a relationship because the relationship's not working, because he's not in love with him anymore. I mean, that's kind of cold, right? Is that what our young community lives by now?
I don't know just about the young. It's just some people just give up quickly. And it's one of the things I like to say is, well, they don't know, and then they don't also see, they don't always have a few. You gotta have that inner soul, okay? And I really feel like a lot of times when you get into things, you don't listen to yourself. The reason I'm looking outside, because I don't even see what's inside.
Right.
And when you don't know what drives you, it's easy to follow something else.
Right.
It's easy to leave
It's
what you
easy
don't
to
really
leave.
understand,
That's
because
right.
she can never make you happy.
That's right.
Your wife can't make you happy.
That's right.
It takes you to understand you, and then she can help complete you, but she cannot just make you happy.
Right.
And a lot of times we get into things, we don't look at everything clearly, and then we just want to maintain.
Right.
That's cheating her. When she's giving it all, I'm already happy. I can't help it. You ain't fulfilled and you lost.
Right.
Sometimes
Well, you
you
want
gotta
something
take.
I can't give you,
You want some things, but you know good and well that's not what we need to be doing.
Right.
You want that
Or
because you
that's-
don't understand self,
Yeah.
or you just being too damn selfish.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of different things, and I don't want to pull nobody on the table because
Right.
again,
Right.
everybody's different. But I will say, it's a lot of selfish stuff going on today.
And that's what
It's
cheating
causing
is
a lot of
about.
problems.
Yeah, that's what cheating is all about. It's really, I think it stems from selfishness to some degree. And, other things like a lack of understanding of love, a lack of ever seeing an example of a real loving relationship that lasts through the good and the bad. If you've never seen a relationship go through some turmoil, you probably ain't gonna have to stick to it to do it yourself.
So
right?
Rocky, we get him?
Brother Jeffrey, you on with us?
Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm here, brother. What's going on, fellas?
That's
All
my
right,
man,
all
Jeffrey.
Yes,
Woo!
sir. Yes, sir. We got him in the building. Let's get him turned up so the world can hear him. How you doing tonight, my brother?
Oh man, it's hotter than a bug out here today. But it's a great day in the neighborhood. My granddaughter loves me. My kids love me. My mother loves me. But in spite of all of that, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view.
Okay.
You know how it goes. I got one reason for the habitually single woman, and one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single. But before we get to that, here is my disclaimer.
Okay.
Now, see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them, because you're about to learn something tonight. Now, ladies, I ain't playing with y'all, and y'all go first.
Okay.
Ladies, first of all, I need you to understand that you might be single because you're crazy as hell. And I mean crazy, crazy. Your man's mother can't even say I love you without you getting the attitude. Why she still love you? You only supposed to love me. I don't understand what could drive you to the point of being so crazy that you push the man away because he can't even breathe without you accusing him of doing something wrong. I need you to understand, ladies. That ain't nothing he can do to make you comfortable with who he is. Because somebody said this just a few seconds ago, you don't even know who you are.
Right.
You don't understand you. You don't know what makes you tick. And because you don't know what makes you tick, nobody can tick that clock or click that clock that you got going on.
Right.
Because it will never be enough to satisfy that bottomless hole inside your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So what I need you to do is learn to love on yourself, learn how to appreciate yourself, so that others can appreciate you and you can appreciate others. But as long as you keep trying to get somebody to fill that hole from the outside, well, your ass is always going to end up severing good ties, good relationships, and ending up single.
Ooh, boy, mighty long time.
Yes, sir. Because they're crazy as hell.
Oh, did he go there?
Crazy as hell. Listen, that means so
Wow.
many things, right? Quick tempers and always seeing the negative and being too aggressive and never listening, being selfish and always wanting your way. It comes down to oftentimes comes down to trying to get attention to fill that void that he's talking about, right? And that's what he said. You got to love yourself. You know, if you ain't loving yourself, you most certainly gonna make somebody crazy as hell. You gonna run somebody crazy. You gonna push good people away because you don't love yourself. And you know, recognizing that, man, it's gotta be a major step in the evolution of mankind. Is recognizing that I can love and be who I am, and I'm okay with who I am. I don't have to get attention or push on other people or mash on the world to be who I am and to feel a certain way. You got to start filling those holes, ladies. And we talk oftentimes there's not enough places to heal in the world, but if you reach for healing, healing will most certainly be yours.
I totally agree. I mean, I said it earlier. You don't understand your inner power.
There you go.
And again, without understanding that, you kind of lost. And you can't be cheating another person out of a good relationship or out of love.
Yeah, but you know, you can't tolerate a crazy person, period. So,
sometimes you make people, I've been known to make people crazy crap. I mean, you gotta understand, I think a touch of crazy is everybody, but it's just a sense of crazy, because again, people that loves you will willing to do crazy things for you.
Yeah, people who love you bust out your
right.
windows.
That's kind of pissed off. But
so,
a woman can do some magnificence, this outstanding things for you.
Right.
Because she loves you.
Absolutely.
And you would say, that woman is crazy.
Yeah. You know, love is crazy.
Kind of love.
Yeah, love is crazy. So,
but go ahead,
yeah,
Brother Jeffrey.
Brother Jeffrey,
We're going to
back
have
to
some
you,
more
man.
fun with this a little later. Go ahead, Jeffrey. It's the me in town.
Fellas, don't think I'm letting y'all off the hook.
You can.
Fellas. Not tonight. Fellas, you are next. All right, fellas, some of you are single simply because you are silly as hell. Now, I don't mean silly, very funny, young brother. I mean silly as in silly and immature. See, you still running all over the island trying to capitalize and jump on every piece of cookie that you see. I almost said the P word. I had to catch myself.
Right.
You always running around thinking that, I need to do this, that, and the other to get a woman, or you just keep on moving this direction and that direction, trying to get something going for yourself. You keep forgetting the main thing about manhood. See, manhood is about stability. I need you to hear this analogy. The lighthouse never moves. The lighthouse never moves. The lighthouse sits on the island and guides the ship into safety. So if you plant yourself somewhere, men, if you decide that this is where I'm going to make my fortune, this is where I'm going to build my reputation right here, you will not have to look for a woman. That stance will guide a woman to you.
Yes.
And not just one. You will actually have to gird your loins because you have so many women coming at you because you're so attractive, because you're stable, and that light shines like a beacon of hope, stability, and comfort for a woman. So what I need you to do, I need you to focus on building that manhood, that masculine energy up, and just watch how the women are moved by that energy. But no, your ass is still silly, running around being foolish, running around engaged in foolishness, and then sharp ass Jordan. But I bet your ass still single.
Okay,
so well
did you ever
put.
feel a little something on the end of that one?
So well put. Listen,
okay.
grown women ain't got time for little boys, right? I mean, we standing in the gap now. Grown women, and women today, man, are trying to go somewhere. They're trying to do something. They on top of the game, and they just don't need foolishness, right? They don't need Jordan lovers, putting 20, 30, 50, 100 pair of Jordans in the closet, and then y'all struggling to make ends meet, right? You got 30 pair of sneakers you ain't never wore, and you still buying gaming systems, and you don't want to go to work. You don't want to go do something big and something great with your life. He's talking about, when he said the lighthouse never moves, he's talking about standing on your own. Be what you came to this world to be. Do what you came to do. That's why we see a lot of, wrinkled up, ugly men who got beautiful women, because they standing on their principle. I am the greatest banker in the history of mankind, and look what comes to me. Women just come all over the place. I'm the greatest painter of all times. I can create a business, and I'm self-sustained. And guess what? I have all kinds of opportunities to date. Women will fall in my lap if I just do what I came to do. Cookie Monster time is out, man. We got too much showmanship without substance. And that's what he's talking about, bringing substance back into manhood. Otherwise, you silly as hell, and you're going to be single for a long time.
That's what he said. So again, you want to put this shoe on, and I like to say, you know, me dating and not being in a monogamous relationship, I feel like sometimes, you know, I am that beacon that I gotta watch my light, because again, a lot of things come and you shine, and then you try to do one thing and you're doing a lot of other things. So again, it is something that you gotta humble yourself and look at everything, because again, one of the things I can tell you is when you have a good heart and you ain't out there trying to mislead and you ain't out there lying, your light is shining bright off of that alone.
Yes.
And a lot of times, my light is going to be dim because of other people want to shine their light with mine. It's not the same kind of light.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to do is something different than what I can ever tell you. But a lot of people be like, man, please, you can't tell me about my life. You got to sit in my shoes and understand what I do. You don't understand, I was just down in Tampa, Florida, supporting a young lady graduating 3.6 down there. I drove all the way down to support. That was not my daughter. Everybody's giving me gratitude, and it's not a problem, because even though she's not my daughter, I treat her like my daughter. And I'm going to treat other people just like my child, because if anybody mess with her, I promise you it's no different than me being her father.
Yeah, and
I'm going to protect, and I'm going to do what's necessary for a lot of people, because we got to stand up for our people. It's called a tribe.
Yeah.
Quit shining and flossing, and let's start doing.
Yeah, and let's give credit to Brother Jeffrey, because that move that you did in Tampa, Florida, was you being the lighthouse. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You being the beacon of light for others, and that's powerful. So let's turn it back over to you, Brother Jeffrey. What you got, baby?
Man, this is real simple. I need you to understand, ladies with your jealous asses and fellas with your old silly asses, the people that we be hanging are our children, because they are absorbing that negative energy. They are normalizing that bad behavior, and they embrace it and they become it as they grow up. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't care how good of a parent you are, mother or father, I don't care. One thing, your child will always take some type of trauma with them. It's just a matter of how much you give them. Now you gotta understand, sometimes that trauma will be external. You don't even know about it because they're keeping the secret from you. Sometimes that trauma will be caused by your actions or your words. And they may be so hurt they internalize those things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't do your due diligence as a parent to try to root that stuff out, to create a safe environment for your children to talk to you, well, guess what? It becomes a generational curse. Now, everything that's passed down through a generation ain't got to be negative. You can pass down positivity. You can pass down wealth. You can pass down stability. You can pass down leadership. You can pass down all those good things if your ass stop being so silly and so jealous. Our children will benefit from it, our communities will benefit from it, and we'll be better as a people. And that's all I got.
That's powerful, man. That's powerful.
I ain't saying nothing on that. I agree.
That message was for parents. We have to do our due diligence as parents.
And to me, past parenting.
Yeah,
I mean, not just your kids. It's a tribe.
yeah. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Take ownership.
And I don't think it can be said any more powerful than Brother Jeffrey said it.
Nope.
Brother Jeffrey, just a moment of your time to address our subject tonight. Tonight's topic is, why do we allow ourselves to be in a relationship with a married person knowing that they will never be ours?
Oh, there's a real easy answer to that. It's comfortable. See, we get to step in just enough to make it seem like we're doing something, like we're trying to be with somebody. But the real case of the matter is, our subconscious knows that we will never be with that person. And our subconscious will feed that because it's comforting, because we're really scared to be in a relationship where we have to be committed. You know good and goddamn well, I'm sorry, but you know good and damn well that man probably ain't gonna leave his wife. And you know good and well that woman is stuck with that man, whether she wants to be or not, whether she tells the story one way or not, she really don't want to leave. Because if they wanted to leave, they would have left, whether he was there or not. Being in that relationship is comfort food for the hole in your soul. Stop fooling around. Stop robbing yourself of your own mental and physical health, and move out of that restrictive relationship into a whole relationship. These days, you can find a married couple that will invite you in, and you'll be a sister wife or a brother husband if that's what you really want. But if that ain't what you want, quit playing around with it, set that stuff free, and go ahead and be a responsible person in a responsible relationship.
And I will drop the mic on that right there. That right there is clear.
Responsibility. It comes down to responsibility. I like what he said, that they are comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? They're in the relationship because they're comfortable. But he talked about being scared of a relationship.
That's why you do it with a married man.
That's why you do it with a married man. You don't want all of it. You just want a piece of it. And
she can have the rest of it.
yeah, and you know, I think it comes down to two things. I'll talk about what I think about in a minute. Brother Jeffrey, we thank you so much, man, for your input and for you being with us tonight. You here every week like clockwork, and we really do appreciate it. Any parting words for us, sir?
Oh man, I just want to say that me and my classmates are graduating tomorrow. We got our certifications in life coaching, so I'm doing my last little piece tonight.
Okay.
I'll be certified tomorrow.
All right. Good. Congratulations to you, my brother.
Congratulations, my friend. Absolutely. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, perfect.
Okay, and it's break time, folks. You guys stay with us. Jay and I are about to go in on the subject.
Yeah, we gotta get Jamal back in too.
Yeah, we're gonna get Jamal back in.
We gonna see who gonna win this fight.
Yeah, he bringing the street team in. I already know I'm gonna win because
You gonna win.
morality is gonna win over. So we just gonna let it be what it be. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Back in the house with us. We're trying to find out who's gonna win this battle right now. Kraft is up 2.
Okay.
Jamal down 1. What you got, Jamal?
No, Kraft is not up 2. I heard y'all say that. Kraft and me is tied up. One agreed with Kraft, one agreed with me. It's even right now.
No.
No, we gotta hear for ourselves.
We had a third one that agreed with me, right?
No, there was not a third one. She was about to recant. Okay, check this out. I'm out in these streets right now. I got 2 beautiful red balls. Sweetheart, what's your name? Beyonce, what's your name, sweetheart? Okay,
We can't hear him. We can't hear him. Make sure.
They on the swing set in the park. I told y'all, cornballs, go to the park. You'll find them without even looking. Get y'all asses out there. Get yourselves out the house. I can't cuss on the radio. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. So this is the topic we got tonight, sweetheart. Now, we adults. I know we say we wouldn't do this as kids. However, life does happen. Now, you might find yourself in a situation. You're talking to a dude. But you got somebody at home. You and the dude at home is more like business partners. Great friends, great co-parents. However, romantically, sex is like, y'all walk past each other and it's just like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Just, Then you got the homeboy on the side. He's talking that talk. He's showing that kitty cat that attention that homie at home ain't doing. Will you stay in a married relationship or will you play with the new boy and see what it got to offer? Honestly speaking. Come on.
Put the mic up to her.
I don't really stick to that. Like, if I'm with somebody, I'm going to be with somebody. But if I don't want to be with that person no more,
right.
then I just want to participate in things. You know what I mean?
So it's going to have to be quick. And you're going to find something new.
Right. If that's new things, you know, I'm not done with it. But what's the point of still going back home when it's not happy? Right. If I'm not happy at home.
I'm sorry about crap. I think that means 2-1. That's what that sounds like to me.
Man, I don't like how you setting up the question, man. You doing too much leading, man. You leading.
Oh, wait a minute. It's 3-1. She said the same thing.
If I'm not happy, I'm going to leave.
That wasn't the
If I don't
question.
wanna be here, there's no point in being here.
Okay, well, what if you mess with him?
No, because then I'm going to leave my situation. If I'm going to start something new, I'm going to start something new.
Nah, that's
Okay,
yeah,
and I'm
that's
gonna take
crap.
the old and get rid of it.
Okay, let's try it like this.
Yeah, crap.
We're not cheating. Okay, we're not cheaters. Home. You got a married one, you're not going to do this. What if homie is legit married, you and him as friends? He tell you off the rip, you know about the relationship. But you know as friends, that just, bro, you need to find something better. Bro, she not the one for you. And in the middle of that happening, you might be single, but in the middle of you telling him to leave that as a friend, one night something pop off, what's up? You finna tell me you finna pull full break.
Yeah.
I forgot you had a ring on your finger.
She
Don't
said
do that.
yes.
When you
2-2.
Let her talk, bro.
then cool. You want to come try to talk to me? We'll figure it out then. But as long as you still in your situation, no matter how much advice I give you, no matter how bad your situation is for you, I'm not going to intervene in it. That's not good. Think about it.
Oh, you too. God dang it.
No.
Okay, now wait a minute. That does not mean the new dude is somebody you taking for life. It might just mean somebody that, baby, you're not showing me no attention, so.
Listen, people are not going to advocate cheating.
Okay, we old school.
Oh, y'all old school. What old school y'all talking about?
We not the oldest of people, but we have an old school mentality.
Was y'all 80 babies, 90 kids?
And listen,
Oh, 90 babies.
they need to hear this. If they can hear me, I'm so proud of you ladies because, whether it was the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, old school still works. Cheating does not produce fruit in any scenario under the sun. And we can make any excuses up for why we want to go outside of our relationship. They ain't satisfying us in this way, that way, the other. It's still cheating. And it's not going to work in the eyes of God, and your relationship is your relationship is going to be damned.
The conversation? Oh my God.
I meant
people out here in this world, and they gonna love the relationship. At least they honest to say they gonna cut them off. They ain't gonna be like, hey, you gotta bounce, and then I'm gonna go get the same dude I was talking to.
Yeah.
They gonna hit the brakes and then jump to the same dude. So then I'm gonna compromise with you. I'm gonna compromise with you.
Okay.
And they kind of sided with you on the end a little bit.
See.
So craft, bone, we do it like this. Cornball. Spit that game. Be her friend. Cut Shawty loose. Let her know you cut Shawty loose. And then about 2 to 3 weeks after that breakup process, because if you move too soon, she gonna shut you down. So see, they nodding their head, they agree with me now. So give about 2 to 3 weeks. Let her see that, you going through it. And that's when you go, hey, can you come through and share, take a couple shots with me? Then the brakes is gone. No emergency brake, none of that. It's all that.
Now, hold on. We gotta say one thing though. What you said will work if you dating. If you dating and you're in a regular relationship, that might work. A marriage,
that don't work.
It ain't gonna work because 2-3 weeks. I'm telling you now, divorce takes a lot of time. And if you already set up to go to the next one, not only is that marriage probably gonna fail, you failed yourself because there's a lot more things going on than you even recognize. It don't take time, but it works for dating. I like what he said for dating. That's about it.
Right.
That's what I'm
saying. 2-3. Now, if it's 2 or 3 weeks after you sit there and say we're not going to work, this marriage is going to work, then no, because you're still technically married. But if it's 2 or 3 weeks after your divorce is finalized, I'm single. Like, and you and we worked together pretty much. Like, we were just here living together. So it's not even like we was emotionally tied. So it's not even like I had to get over my emotions of you. It's just getting over the marriage part.
Right.
So now I put this behind us, and now it's all right. I'm gonna move on to that shit.
Right. I love that.
And we gonna kick it in these streets.
Yeah.
Cornball. Find you a girl. She's gonna be your homegirl. Play it smooth. You talk to her about homegirl type stuff. Don't do too much pillow talking, because you're going to burn yourself in the bridge, because now she ain't going to never trust to tell you nothing. Be cool. Let her know you're going through. Be sad about how much you're going through. Ooh, almost keep sweat, cry, tell her how you're going through. And then, when you in that relationship or marriage, you hit her line smooth as ever. Hey man, we finally called it quits. I could really use a friend tonight. We could just say Netflix, no chill. What you mean, no chill? Hey, either way, there will be no breaks at that point. You can have wedding band Mark still fresh on, and she ain't gonna have no breaks, right? Once it's over, it's fair game. That dude that was talking that whole time that friend talk, he in there now.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
you see?
Okay.
We got you, bro.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
We're going to go ahead
Yeah.
and we're going to catch up with you next week. But you tell your audience and everybody that was around you, Bar Talk with Jay said thank you for the inputs. We're going to be in the streets again next week.
Right.
It might not be them, but somebody close to them might want to be recognizing what you're doing. And we're going to get back with you next week. Appreciate you, my brother.
All right. Appreciate you, baby.
Hey, Sean, man, y'all know what it is. This your boy Maul, man. Bar Talk, what's happening?
In a
Yeah,
minute.
man.
In a minute. All right, folks. See, that's some great dialogue. I love that. And it seemed like the ladies, you know, they old school. They don't play the radio. They ain't messing with no married man. That's just out, right?
Oh my God.
Now,
Buddha
here's the thing.
just walked in the building.
What's up, Buddha? Here's the thing that I was taking from his discussion is if you are married,
Right.
you almost will have to, and you start having a friend, let's say like you're married and you start having a friend outside of your relationship, a female friend. In a very short, mediocre period of time, that friend becomes an outlet of energy that creates a lot of temptation. And because you have this temptation, because you know you got this ace in the hole outside of your house now, it may cause you to even more turn away from the person who's been loving you for years. That's the catch. That's the catch-22 in the equation. Is that, you know, that friendship is not pure because it's out of a need to have something else. It's out of a need for something else. It's out, and sometimes it may just be the exhilaration of cheating. You know what I mean? You know, there's, you know, people get good feelings, you know, when they can go out and accomplish something without their spouse knowing it, and they got an ace in the hole and the spouse doesn't know about it, and you know, it's kind of evil thoughts and evil intentions, but people do that and have that all the time.
I mean, being honest with you, what normally happens is exactly what you said, but what it is you bring them in as a friend, and it's usually leading temptation.
Right.
Especially if you bring a person in and you starting to confide in them. You got a problem at home and you confide in somebody else, you already know what that is.
You already know what that is.
Game. So I'm just gonna cut that crap short,
Yeah.
because a lot of times it was innocent. No, you had some thought, and I'm really getting sick and tired of people lying saying they did. Yes, you do, because I know I had some thoughts. When I'm sitting with a person, and the great thing is when another person holds you more responsible, they won't go there.
Right.
I love strong women to realize that I'm not gonna go there,
Yeah.
even though you're going through that.
Yeah.
You need to stay over there. Because temptation is when you try to put opportunity that ain't even there.
Yeah.
And you did it because of selfish reasons.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting this at home and she doing all this. That same crying you doing to her, you can take your ass home and do it to her.
Yeah, see, and I just...
But you ain't trying to do
I
that
just-
with her because you tired of her.
Yeah.
You tired because you ain't trying to put the work in, but it's easy to put it in with a new person.
It's easy, because they don't know your
Because she don't know the
BS.
history and all the rest.
Yeah, she don't know your
And by the
stuff.
time she find out, she ain't want nothing to do with your behind either.
Right.
You ain't trying to fulfill nothing. You just trying to do. You chasing cookies.
You chasing cookies.
Acting like you a spotlight with no light.
Right.
And wondering why everybody run ashore. You ain't working right.
You chasing
But that
cookies.
is a
And listen,
typical thing.
Women, you know, what you call cookies on the man's side? Women chase cookies too.
Nah, you know what they chase.
What they
They
call-
chase pickles. Men chase cookies and women chase pickles.
All right, I like that. Well, listen, women chase a lot of pickles too, bruh. You know, a whole lot of them. And I've seen so many women, I've seen a lot of women, shall I say, engage with married men. And they knew that they weren't going to be the main chick. They was okay with being the side chick. They
Yeah.
was okay with the benefits that came with being a side
Now,
chick.
No, I'm gonna have some fun with this one now, correct? Because I had the same conversation with a young lady too. She didn't want to put her name out there, but she dated married men, and she dated them purposely because she didn't want them to stay. It was for them to have adult fun, and they can take their behind home.
Okay.
They wanted to stay. She was like, "No, there ain't no staying. You gonna come, do your business, and get on."
Okay.
Okay. I need this fixed. I need the grass cut.
Right.
So she had different people doing different stuff. Okay.
Maintenance man.
Right. And she was being fulfilled, but it was also taking care of a chore. And that's what she did for a very long time. That was her little lifestyle. I ain't gonna say for a very long time because I don't know for how long. I don't.
Yeah.
And I didn't care because I'm the kind of person that if that's what you was doing, that's your business. I'm not that dude just gonna tell you what to do. Okay,
Yeah.
and the loveliest thing about relationships that I deal with people when I sit with them, I don't judge them.
Right.
Okay, if you are a prostitute You a woman that just love to sleep with everybody, what they call a whore. I don't care. Okay? My thing is not to judge you. You got to see the best in you. My thing is to look into you and bring the best out of you. That ain't the best.
Right.
If that's what you do
That
and
ain't
you
the
can do
best.
it good, that's just something you do. But the bottom line is what's really in you. I look to your soul. I get to know you as a person.
Right.
Not just because everybody else call you a whore or everything else, because they can be mistaken all day long. And I like to say no matter what nobody do, I don't feel like we should be judging like that. How about enhancing? Just because they started that way don't mean they got to end that way. You don't have to put that cloud over them because what somebody else is always saying. You can look at Kim Kardashian and you can say whatever you want to say, but she look quite well and doing quite good. And she's married. So while you're judging and tripping, she's still living. So my whole thing is, can I get people to start living? If you start living, some of that stuff, you'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it because I'm lost. I don't know me. That's cool. How about somebody else taking the time to get to know that person? They'll change on their own. We too busy talking. That ain't changing. We've been talking about stuff since day one. And since slavery, we've been talking. It's time for us to start doing.
There you go.
So encourage, enrich, and let's start doing things in a better way. Because I like to say, I see great things in people.
Yeah.
Great things was instilled with you when you was born. I want you to get to them. I even bring somebody in the studio tonight. I don't know if he's gonna get on or not. But a married man that can tell you, it is a lot of things going on. It's not always a man's fault. I'm not blaming either or, but can we have a dialogue?
Yeah, and
That's all we're trying to do.
And that's what we're doing here tonight, having a dialogue. And really comes down to cheating and how you feel about it. And would you do it? And would you do it with a married man or a married woman? Would you cheat? Would you cheat? That's what it comes down to. Would you cheat? And that's a moral standard, that's a moral code that each person has to own for themselves. Some people got it, some people don't. Some people got situations.
If I can get AP to hit in, because I'm telling you, AP will tell you all day long, if she sleep with a married man, she ain't cheat. He did. She said she ain't got no obligation to that marriage.
Right, right.
So all she's saying is,
she gonna have to remember that when her husband cheat on her.
My life, and if he come over this way, he gave up his vows to come over here. Now my whole thing is,
do you want to be involved in that dirt?
You don't, but the bottom line is, it got to take some ownership. Her whole thing is, he ain't took none. Don't make me be responsible for somebody else ain't taking no ownership. And I have to respect that because, again, if you did get married, you slid that ring on your finger and you gave them vows, and you walk, then please understand, it ain't cheating. That's adultery. They changed the word because of your commitment of God that you took.
I like that, Jay. Let's take a break right there.
Dating?
Yeah.
That could be cheating, and if you're in a relationship, that can be cheating. When you get married, that's adultery.
That's adultery.
I understand.
And you folks stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after. No Games by Eric Bellinger, and he really described it, you know what I mean? He said, I'll leave it all alone. I'll leave it all alone if I had you. You in my world, no games for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you.
Got nothing but love for you,
Where this game come from, man? There's so many players in the world.
There's a lot of players.
Doesn't players know that they all end up in the same place?
Came from women.
They came from women?
Some of the best players out there.
Yeah.
Playerism was originated by women?
Of course.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
I mean, come on.
I kind of like that.
How you think the whole kingdom fell with Adam and Eve? She started the whole game.
Okay, Buddha.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So the snake might
Okay,
not have been a
Buddha.
snake.
I didn't hit. Hey,
It might have been a foot.
you understand? You understand what you shaking on now?
I'm
This is
just
your
saying.
approach
Boy,
tonight.
you sure said some
This
big stuff.
about better than 3 second rule.
I mean,
You just started some heavy stuff right there, my friend.
It is. Come on. Every man and every woman came from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So how you think you don't get your game from a woman? And the game is not played the best by a woman. Because everything that you feel, that the woman feel while you're in the womb, you getting all that.
Yeah.
All the emotion and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So they are the original players.
of course.
You
sure
we
if
need
you
a
think
show
you
on
are?
that, man.
Sure, if you
Hey.
think you
That's
are.
we need a show on that. We
I'm
need a
just
show
saying.
on that.
I'm just saying, y'all are starting
The
a
men are good
conversation
followers.
that's gonna be like
I just-
men in black.
I'm just asking questions right here, right? So,
I'm just
so,
giving facts.
so let's go on in. Let's go back in on the subject because a couple of things I wanted to share. The subject topic is tonight: why do we allow ourselves to be in a relationship with a married person, knowing that they will never be yours?
Simple, because they choose to.
They choose to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they choose to. And they choose to for all kinds of reasons. And the two primary reasons, it can be an alternative friend, but I say alternative friend because it's not pure. It's just an outlet to the pain that you may be having at home, you know, in your own camp. So it's going to be favor, or it's going to be an alternative friend. That's the reason why a person would have a relationship with a married person, knowing that they'll never be theirs. They're not looking for forever.
Exactly.
They're not looking for tomorrow. They are looking for the fringe benefits of right now. And maybe that person is just such a dynamic person that when you enjoy them for that evening or those couple of days, they just fulfill your soul and spirit, and it doesn't matter who you might be hurting, it doesn't matter, you know, any of that nonsense, you just do it anyway. And you know, I guess there's a place and time to decide who you're going to be. You know, most of us on the show thus far feel like if you're going to be the type of person to cheat, then you're probably not worth having, right? Like, you know, these ladies are saying over and over, I wouldn't mess with a married man. I wouldn't want to mess with a man. That's what these women are saying. I wouldn't want to mess with a married man because that just goes against. I wouldn't want a woman messing with me if I'm married. I don't want the trouble.
They're saying that they've already been there.
I mean, you know, that's your opinion, man. You coming in here with some almanac type stuff, man.
You know, you gotta remember the man Buddha now. He got a different thing.
Come listen, go ahead.
It's real life.
What's real life?
I mean, some of the women that say they don't do married men have already done a married
Have already done a married man. Yeah. And the question is, would they do another married man?
Some do, some don't.
Yeah. For their own personal reasons and their own personal gain. Oftentimes it's gifts, it's money, it's sex, it's adventure.
All of the above.
All of the above. Listen, pressure release valves. You know, people cheat for all kinds of reasons.
People cheat because they can.
Because they can.
Because they can.
But anybody can cheat, but everybody won't
Exactly.
cheat. Anybody can, but everybody
Exactly.
don't. Some people won't
So
cheat.
the people who cheat choose to cheat.
That's a choice.
It's a choice, yeah.
It is a
all
choice.
it is. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's real simple.
Yeah, but
Why you think-
when you choose to
First,
cheat, you
think about it.
go against
Okay,
you go against universal, you know, morality rules.
That's your opinion.
That means you become a liar or a thief. At the same time you cheat, you become a liar, a thief, a perpetual, you know, what somebody's perpetrating. You become, you know,
Mentally robbing them.
yeah, you're mentally and emotionally robbing them.
But hold on, go ahead. Give me
Of your
give me
spouse,
yours.
yeah. If you cheat on your spouse, you're robbing your
What
spouse.
do you consider cheating?
Having sex with someone, going out and having sex with somebody else.
Okay.
There could be cheating before then. You talking to people, falling in love with them on the
It's
phone.
adultery, but keep going.
Yeah, adultery. That, you know, it's
Everything in regards to cheating is subjective. Because just by you giving your number out to a woman, that's deemed cheating. That could be deemed cheating.
Is
So
it?
when
Yes.
you talk about cheating, it's subjective. It's just like your personality, your perspective.
you can make it
That-
subjective, but it ain't.
No, it's your reality. Your perception is your reality. So if your perception of cheating is if you even give your exchange numbers with a woman, you're cheating.
Okay,
Okay.
Phil, I'll give you that one. But adultery is clear. It's defined.
Yeah.
Only by Western civilization.
That's correct. By Western
And-
civilization, it's defined.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Which cheating is subjective. And I
See-
get that. And I 100% agree with you. But when I say, again, when you're married, we talking about adultery, we're
Yeah.
going back to, and we're trying to
But
clarify.
when you cheat, it's only one person cheating. If you want to go with Western civilization, because the person that's involved with the married person is not cheating.
That is correct.
It's only the
Person
person
that
who,
is in that
that's
covenant.
married. Yeah, that's the
So that's
only
what
person
marriage
that's
is. It's a
cheating.
covenant.
I mean, it's kind of like.
I mean, look
it-
up the term adultery.
I mean, listen,
If you look it
that's
up,
kinda
it
like-
says the person that is married.
That's kind of like
It-
you knowing
that's why
that your
you
boy
have-
finna go
that-
rob the
that's-
bank.
That's why you have concubines. That's why you have mistresses. You can look all of this stuff up. Defined by Western civilization, the only person that is cheating is the person that is married. The woman or male that is participating in it is not cheating. They're not doing anything but what they want to do and what they're allowed to
Okay.
do. Nothing more, nothing less.
I understand. You're suggesting that because I know I'm messing with a married man, there's no wrong. I have no wrong to face.
By
I have
Western
no-
civilization laws
I'm talking about
defining.
marriage, man. Just
what I'm
civilization-
talking
We're talking
about.
about regular marriage, just
You-
normal
okay.
regular marriage.
Look,
That
after the show, we can look all this up, and then next week we can come back to the show, and you can say, "Okay, Phil, you were right."
no, I'm not gonna say that
Okay.
because all we're talking about is marriage. We talking about regular marriage.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, why you keep bringing up these big words, man? You're trying to make it complicated, man.
No, it's
Western
not.
civilization ain't good. We
No,
talking about
it's-
marriage, right?
The
If
only
you
person that is cheating is the one that is married.
Okay,
the
but
person
listen.
who is participating
listen.
with the married
The
person
Lord
is
said-
not cheating.
the Lord said, "Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's house, your neighbor's wife."
Okay.
That's a rule. So in that rule, if you mess with a married man, you're breaking just as much rule as he is. If you mess with a married woman, you're breaking the rule just as much as she is.
Okay,
You
the
cannot
same
take
way-
ownership and responsibility because if you are cheating with a married person, you know you are. It's like I know you're going to rob the bank,
So-
and I'm gonna tell you to make a right on the street when you
It's-
come
it's
out
called
and the left.
accessory.
It's called
yeah,
accessory.
so
You are
we
wrong.
don't take this literally or figuratively.
You're wrong.
So you,
Which
so
way?
you should be blind then.
You should be blind. If you go by,
Because you're supposed to be
if you-
plucking your eyes.
if you go
wanna
by,
take literally.
if you go by Old Testament, absolutely.
If you go by Old Testament, there's no one walking this earth that should be legally sin.
absolutely. And listen,
Because
if you-
everybody's supposed to be plucking their eyes
and
out.
listen, and if you go to the New Testament, you're still supposed to pluck your eyes out, except you have an opportunity to repent. You have an opportunity to say, I did wrong, I ain't gonna do it no more.
That's
Because
what they
you
do
are
every
just
time.
as wrong as the person you cheated with.
That's what they do every time.
So basically, y'all saying we just walk around blind. we can't possibly be seeing this
think
right.
about it. If you gonna say, I mean, that's a skate. That's an outlet. That's a crutch. If you're gonna say, okay, every time I cheat, I'm gonna repent and ask for forgiveness. But you keep doing it. But you can still repent and get forgiveness.
You can. You can. And you know, it's like it's like building a diamond. It's like building diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It's like building diamonds. You know,
Crap,
you're
come on,
gonna you can listen. Listen. Do you think that hadn't happened to you 1,000 times between you and God?
Crowd.
Do you think that hasn't happened 1,000 times between you and your God, whatever His name is?
Right.
Do you believe that
Whatever his name is.
do you believe that you have not been forgiven for the many things that you have done that has gone astray out of the eyes
Yes,
of the Lord?
but I'm not repenting and saying, okay,
And listen,
this is my fault this time,
that's
but
what
next
you
time
call
you know-
grace.
No, okay, that's what you call grace. But you can't.
He giving you another shot,
You
even though
can't-
you didn't admit it.
Yeah, but you can't combine the two and keep saying, okay, I want
You're
grace,
not
I want,
supposed to.
I
You're
want
not
grace, I
supposed
want
to.
mercy, I want repentance, and you still doing the same thing.
We understand, man, but we talking about
I mean,
the human
come on.
mind.
If
man.
you
We talking
want
about
to,
the
if
human,
you
know what
gonna
I'm saying?
be, if you gonna be 100%, you're gonna be real
It's
about
like-
the situation.
it's like,
Just
Lord,
be real about the situation.
Lord, I can't. I know I'm
Look,
cussing.
I'm weak.
I know I
Hey,
shouldn't be
this is what I
cussing.
want to do,
But when
and when I get the strength, I'm stop.
When I get mad, I just cuss, and I know I shouldn't be cussing. Lord, help me with it. And the next time I cuss, I get mad and I curse again, right? But I ask for forgiveness. Every single
let's
time
ask-
I come back to the awareness
Let me
that I
ask you a
shouldn't have did it. And it's like the Lord will, it's like a pressure release valve. Now, it's not that, now if I'm trying, I get grace and mercy. If I'm not trying, then I'm gonna probably be leaning on my own laurels, and he gonna let me lean on my own laurels, and next thing you know, I end up cussing in front of the child, or cussing in front of another parent, or cussing and somebody hear me on the phone, because he's gonna allow it to work against me if I don't come and repent. Right? It won't just be an easy forgiveness. It's going to be, hey, you know what I'm saying? I done forgave you like 9 times. You done worked your 9 lives. Number 10, you're on your own. And you're going to do some suffering, and you're going to ruin some relationships and some opportunities. And when you get to the bottom, call my name and I'll pick you back up. But you can't keep going against rules. You can't keep breaking rules, because if you keep breaking rules, I'm creating a false kingdom, and I'm not going to let you mess up my kingdom. I'm not going to let you mess up righteousness because you think that you can keep doing this thing over and over and over and ask for forgiveness. You're not even asking for genuine forgiveness.
Well, if
So
that's the case, it's already
that's the way it
messed
works.
up.
Huh?
If that's the case, it's already messed up.
Well, listen, we are born into sin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to escape the realities of things. I'm not trying to escape the realities that people cheat because they get weak in their spirit.
No, they don't cheat because they get weak in their spirit. They cheat because the opportunity is there and because they want to.
Yeah, but they
Don't
only
let
want
anyone
to
tell you,
because
oh, I
they're weak
slipped,
in their
and
spirit.
fell on somebody. No, it was a
They
plan.
want to because they're weak in their spirit. You don't understand.
That doesn't have to be weakness.
You're saying it's a choice, but if you choose
It's
less than
always a
life,
choice.
if you choose less than life, some part of you is sick.
Let me ask you a question.
Some part of you is not well.
Let me
Some
ask
part
you-
of you is not operating properly. Right? Right?
Let me ask you.
I mean, think about this,
Crap.
man. If every time your lady got mad with you, she went out and got another man for the
That
night,
would be her choice.
that would be her choice.
I
But at a
can't-
certain point, you'd be
I
like,
can't stop
she got a problem.
grown woman or a grown person from doing anything.
you would be like, she got a problem. Something.
You can't
something.
stop anybody from doing anything that they want
I'm
to,
not.
bruh.
I'm not suggesting that you do stop them. I'm suggesting that if people cheat knowingly, if people cheat,
What you mean
it's
cheat
wrong.
knowingly? Everybody that cheat know they cheating.
No, if you mess around with a married person and you didn't know,
There's
there
signs.
may be some
All you
innocence
gotta
there.
do is just read the signs.
Yeah, it may be.
If I only call
and-
you or text you during a certain time, you gotta come on now.
Why we got argumented on the stove,
I
man?
know. It's just facts.
I
It's just
understand, man.
facts.
I understand.
How do you feel about the statement, it takes a village to raise a child?
I believe that.
Where you think it came from?
Where'd it come from?
No, I'm just asking you.
Where'd it come from?
It's an African proverb.
Okay.
Polygamy, bro. Think about it.
That term came from polygamy.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Believe me, he said it. He probably
It is.
You might be just
it is-
I told you he
no,
booed
It
him.
is what we practice in Africa.
Listen,
Look it up.
why are we
are
talking
still
about
practicing.
that?
Because
We're not
that,
in, we're
because
not,
that is a part of it. Because if, first of all, if you don't know your history, how you gonna know where you going?
I mean, I know where I am, man.
Well, you know
I'm not-
where you are, but
I'm
how
not-
you know where you going if you don't know your past?
I'm not.
If you don't know what your ancestors did, how can you take what's going on right now for face value?
Because my ancestors practiced polygamy. I don't follow that. That history doesn't work for me.
Have you ever
That history
researched
doesn't.
it?
That history doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Right? All the research in the
So-
world ain't gonna stop me from 50 years of upbringing. I've been taught that this is the right thing to do, and that's what I follow, and that's what you follow. You know what I mean?
No.
You follow what you believe in.
I told you.
I follow what I believe in. I don't.
And you
I know
following
my-
history.
I know my history.
So let me ask you this: you want to practice polygamy?
I would love to.
That would be your thing.
Yes,
Why
because
aren't
you have to.
Why aren't you?
You have to understand the benefits of it.
Tell me
Because
about
it works both ways. It's just not, a man having, so many wives. It works that way with the woman as well. And the whole thing about the village raising a child is about a community coming together to take ownership and responsibility of us moving forward. You have to understand the 5 pillars before you can go anywhere.
And one of the things I would say right now, what Phil is saying compared to what Kraft is saying is, again, we're not saying you got to go either way. These things are already happening. One of the things that Phil is bringing up right now is something that is true, and it is something that is happening. But again, that's a culture. And if you don't know nothing about it, research it.
Right.
That's what I love about the show. It is to enhance you. I'm not saying that's something that might work for you.
Yeah.
It's something that he said he would love to be in. That's something he has to create. That's something that he has to communicate with his wife and make things happen. It's not an easy fit. If it's not for you, then you just don't do. What Kraft said is, I'm not trying to go that route. That's a choice, a positive choice of what he feels inside. Number one thing I'm going to tell you about this show tonight is what's in you. It's not about what everybody else tells you. Definitely Phil has his point of view, Kraft has his. I'm just asking you, what the hell is in you?
I'd like to understand.
Because I don't understand why I can hear these guys with different points of view, but I know what's inside of me. Just because you say it don't mean I have to believe it, but you better understand you.
Right.
Because you are all it is. And when you petrify somebody else, it's not you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so easy for me to do something other than. My whole thing is to get grounded by you. We're going to go to break. It ain't as far from over. One of the things I love to tell you, it's a debate.
It's a debate.
It's a debate of understanding you. We are asking you, where are you? That's what this show is about tonight. It's not judging you, it's not cursing you, and it's not asking you to change, it's understanding you. You are changing on your own.
Yeah. And make a clear and cut decision on these subjects. I'd love to hear from every single one of you. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back. More Bar Talk with Jay.
Back
All right,
to Bar
all
Talk
right.
with Jay, and again we have
It's just like the
sidebar.
religion.
These two guys right here, they got something going in the back room. We got the green room behind stage. Now again, if y'all want to participate and y'all want to come, inbox me. Because again,
Yeah,
what
and-
these guys doing is challenging to open your mind to do different things. I can't have a lot of people here. I can have a small audience. And again, I want respectful people that can come and add value.
Right.
It's a positive atmosphere up in here. I do that on purpose because one of the things I want to do is make sure I make positive charm. That's right, charm. Something that can bring you to a better place. And charm will bring you better than anything else to me because I don't know where you at.
So
I'm not judging.
Listen, we want to thank Lori and Joyce and Anna Maria for being with us tonight, along with Latoya. Latoya left a comment. Oh, by the way, we got Janice and Rosemary. Thank you all for being here with us. We apologize. The Facebook, we lost a few people a little while ago.
I apologize.
Technical difficulties. But Latoya basically says at the end of the day, both parties that are participating in a relationship, and one is married, they are both wrong. They are wrong. And what Phil and I were basically discussing when we came back was, Phil basically says, if I don't believe in it, then I'm not wrong. If I don't believe in your marriage, then I'm not wrong.
No, okay.
That's what you said, right?
If I don't believe, okay. How do you feel about voodoo? How do you feel about voodoo?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like people who overuse their power and tampering with other people's lives.
Do you know what it is? Have you did any research on it?
It's a misuse of God's power, no matter how you
No,
look
it's
at
a
it.
religion.
No, it's a practice.
No,
It's a practice
it's
religion.
a religion.
So?
My point exactly. So exactly. So you take the attitude.
But that's,
Wait, no, hold on.
just because you don't believe in voodoo, don't mean they can't tie your ass down.
Just hear me out.
Your argument has got to come sound, man. It's
You
not
don't
sound.
believe in voodoo. You discredit it. You say it's a misuse in God's power.
Yeah.
Or power, period.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't believe in it, you don't subscribe to it, you don't care about it, so what is the person that doesn't care about a marriage or Christianity? It's the same thing, Kraft. It's your perception, it's your mindset.
No, I think there are physical rules meaning the laws that we live by, based, that we have in cohesion with our God. Those rules say that if you aren't on God's side, then you're against God. If you're not building up heaven and the kingdom of God, you're tearing it down. And just because you don't see what I see or believe what I believe, don't mean you're not subject
How do you
to the
feel,
repercussions.
how do you feel about other religions?
It's gravity, my friend.
How do you feel about other religions?
That's too big of a question. I'm not sure
No,
where you're going with
because
that.
Christianity, marriage is tied into you.
But listen,
Tied into Christianity,
I'm
is it not?
I can't entertain
So,
anything but what I know.
This is about marriage.
Right.
This is about marriage.
Right. I can't entertain anything other than what
your
I know.
marriage and your vows are to God, right?
Right.
Which is under Christianity, right?
Mhm.
That's your religion,
Mhm.
right? So if I don't subscribe to your religion, that doesn't affect me. Just like you said, you don't care about voodoo.
It doesn't
which is a
affect you.
Which is a
It doesn't
religion.
affect you in the appearance,
Look,
but it does affect you
okay.
because it's stealing. I don't care how you look at it. Stealing is lying. Cheating is stealing. Lying. It's all of that
only
stuff.
on one
That is a
side.
repercussion
It's
to
only
pay
on one
for
side.
going against the rules.
It's only
You
on
do
one
not
side, crap.
go and sleep with your best friend's
Crap.
husband.
It's
I don't
only
care
on one
if
side.
he married, that's your best friend.
Crap.
That ain't no ties. You ain't got nothing. You don't owe nobody nothing. You do not do that. That's breaking the rules. Listen, I
Crap.
gave an
It's on one
example.
side.
Hold on. I gave an example of it's a contract, right? I gave an example outside during the break. Let's just say that you got a record contract, and I'm the label, and you're the artist. And if you go out and you make music with somebody else, both of you are breaking the laws because the other person has to have enough due diligence to know that you cannot. You can't.
breaking the law.
You are breaking the law.
You're
The
breaking the
contract
contract.
is the law.
No, you're breaking the contract because if you want to bring it to marriage, no, hold on.
There are
Marriage,
repercussions.
marriage is a contract, right?
Yes, it is.
Marriage is a contract. When you get ready to get a divorce and it's for infidelity, does the mistress come?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't affect them.
I already
So
said,
that's
man.
what- the
You're making
point
me
that I'm
repeat
try-
myself.
No, the point that I'm trying to make to you, Kraft, is that it's only on one side. That's only the person that took the vow.
Okay.
The person that's assisting the person that's married, there's no repercussions that's going to happen to
You
them.
keep saying that. but-
Period.
Okay, now listen. You done said that like 5 times. I heard
Because
you.
it's
I
nothing
heard
going to
you.
happen to them.
Nothing physical. But I guarantee you in
Nothing
the spirit that
spiritual
person.
is going to happen to them
Oh,
only
yeah.
if they subscribe to what you believe
It
in.
doesn't matter if they subscribe. If you
Yes, it
if
does.
you cheat, then you're gonna get cheated on. I don't
Okay.
care. It doesn't matter. You know that that man belonged to somebody else, and
It's
if you
only
go
if
and
you
mess with
believe
that
in
man,
karma.
if you go and mess with, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It's going to happen anyway. It's not subject to your little,
Correct.
your limited thinking and your
Correct.
little laws
Correct.
and rules.
It doesn't
You
make
just-
a difference if you believe in cheating or not. If someone wants to cheat on you, there's nothing you can do to stop them.
You changing the
Period.
argument, man.
No,
That's not what we're talking about.
You said if you cheat on somebody, somebody's going to cheat on you. Haven't you been cheated on before you cheated on somebody?
What are you talking about, man? I'm not sure I understand.
Did you not just say that? Kyle?
Oh, yeah, Jay.
I'm kind of put it like this. One of the things I want to make sure everybody kind of grasps, because again, this is a debate. This is not even a heated one. One of the things we got two different. This is one of the things I really love about what's going on tonight. And a lot of people be like, they're arguing. They're not arguing. They got two different point of view of religion. Again, Christianity will be definitely craft, and I always said my man Phil is more Buddha. When I say Buddha, it's more of his own where he's getting detached because he don't want to grab onto just a religion because he's feel like it's a lot of things going on. You gotta
It's nothing
open.
but divine.
So watch this.
So you got to open yourself up to a lot of different things. But my thing is breaking us all back to a whole of you can use religion to justify your action if you choose. My whole thing is, do you know what's inside of you? Because one of the things I can tell you, Phil can speak very passionate about how he feel of his inner core. Craftmatic, since I know him, can speak very clearly, and he stated all day long, no, I don't see it, this, that, the other. He speaks from his core. The one thing I want y'all to grab tonight is the core of these men.
I gotta ask a question.
Without judging, but understanding, they stand for something.
I gotta ask.
And I have nothing but love for what y'all stand for.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line, y'all don't have to ever agree to me. But can you live your life according to what you believe in?
So watch this.
Go for it.
You, as a single man, go out and cheat with a woman who has kids and a husband at home. Just let me finish. She has a husband and she has children at home. From the outside looking in, you can see this woman has significant responsibilities. And what you're saying is that you could go and somehow influence her outside of her house, and there's no repercussion.
That's where you're wrong.
There's no repercussion for
The
you.
person, no one influences anyone. You do
Listen,
it on your own free will.
If you know she's married,
I've been there, done that.
and you feel like you
Been there,
have
done that,
no ownership in the fact that she's married and she's
No,
committed
she
to
made the
somebody else.
choice. I have no control over your actions. None whatsoever. You
But-
have no
But you're
control
going
over
to
anyone's
participate
actions.
in a robbery.
I ain't robbing.
You participating in a robbery,
I ain't robbing.
right?
She offered, I
you can,
accepted.
you can run from it all day long, but
She
you are
offered.
participating in a robbery.
She
And you know
offered.
what's going to
I
happen?
accept.
A robbery is going to be chasing you, coming to get you,
She offered.
coming to find you.
I accept.
And when the robbery happens, you're going to be like,
Okay,
why
so-
did this happen to
all
me?
right, crap.
It happened to you
let me-
because you were tearing down a family last year
Let me ask you a question.
with
then.
nothing but your selfish interests.
Let me ask you a question. All right, since you want to go there, you decide you single man, woman's married, she's wealthy, she travels a lot, she has a house here, she has a house there. Her family is out of town, but she lives here in Atlanta when she's doing business. Now, the way she conducts her business, she's here, family's there. You have no way of knowing because you go out on dates with her, you spend the night, blah, blah, blah. She don't tell you she married. So are you still participating in the robbery? It's still the same thing.
I'm not participating in a
It's
robbery
still the
until I
same
know.
thing, crap. It's
But when
still
I
the
know-
same thing, crap.
But when I know, I am participating in a robbery.
It's still the same thing. So you telling me the same robbery is after you?
I'm not participating in a robbery if I didn't know.
How you figure that? It's
I mean,
still the same thing,
listen.
whether you know or not.
No,
You're
no, no,
still
no, 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 no.
participating.
Intention.
Get back. What it
Makes
is,
all the
still
difference.
intention
participating.
is, but what it is,
You're still participating.
accessory.
You're still
But the
participating.
bottom line is that the person did not give you that information.
It doesn't
They
make a
concealed it.
difference.
So you made a decision on false information.
It still doesn't make a difference. If they're married, you are interrupting that
You
person's
have.
home.
You have.
Period.
You have.
Because the person that decided to step out wanted to and gave you that option.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you know or you don't know, it's still your choice.
And-
And if you decide without the correct
No,
information,
it's not choice.
still the same
There's
thing.
no choice in it if you
It's
don't
still
know.
the same thing.
You
That's
just blew it. There's no choice in the matter at all if you don't
It's
know.
still the same
You
thing.
can't make a
It
decision
doesn't
on
make
what
a
you
difference
don't
if
know.
you have the information or not. If you're participating with someone that's married, whether you know they're married or not, it's still the same thing. It's still the same physical
It's not the
act.
same.
Yes, it is the
It's
same
not the same.
physical
It's
act.
the same physical act.
Exactly.
Without the
That's not
knowledge.
what we're talking about. We're not
Because
talking
you
about the same
chose-
physical act. We're talking about the
because you
repercussions of
chose
those actions.
Cheating
To
is cheating
control.
whether you know or not. If the person that's married is cheating and they decide not to give you that information,
Let me give y'all a round
it's
table.
still the same. It's
Let's
still the
let's
same
go
act.
to the round table.
It's
One of the
misleading.
round table is it's misleading.
Yeah.
You can
it's
say the
misleading.
same thing, tomato, but the bottom line is, if you are in a committed relationship and you do not tell another person that you choose to be with that information, you control that. That's your lie.
It's
And then
still
you
the same
involve
act.
them.
That person-
You added them
that
into
person
that
is-
equation.
is not
But the
the
bottom
same
line
victim.
is you have to take ownership of your own dwellings. You know what you have, and you also know what you can do. And a lot of time we just abuse our own power. Number one thing tonight is we're not condoning any of this. It's
We're
all
not
about a
condoning.
conversation.
Right.
I don't know where you at. Where Phil is talking is this a point of view. Craftmatic, and I ain't speak that much on it, but mine is because I'm not married. But not being married does not mean I can't cheat, because that's a can. I can't commit adultery because I'm not married.
Exactly.
So that's a clarity in that. but I have to have ownership of what I do. Just like I can still be out here being a reckless cookie grabber compared to being a lighthouse person saver. That's up to you.
Man, you know,
That's up to you.
Do you believe in institutional marriage, man?
Yes.
But why we argue so deeply about what cheating really
We're
is?
having a debate.
I mean, why we even have to debate that? We should be in agreement on what cheating
No,
is.
we're not in agreement because you feel that both parties are wrong. No, both parties aren't wrong.
Yeah, man.
It's only one party that's wrong.
No, man.
If you look
Okay,
it up,
listen.
if you look
If
up,
you've ever
if you
cheated
look-
on
if
your
you-
spouse,
if you look up infidelity,
no,
cheating,
listen.
all that,
If
mystery,
you have ever
gonna tell
cheated
you.
on your spouse, and what you did was based on your rules, you made somebody else wrong.
No, I didn't know. They're not wrong.
Listen, we gotta get out of
Anyone
here.
make anyone wrong?
You because you didn't tell them the truth, so you said it wrong. You said it doesn't matter.
No.
Man, you talking in circles,
No,
man.
I am not talking.
You
in
are
circles.
because
No, I'm not.
you
say?
I mean,
I'm not talking in circles.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. We're gonna give y'all an extra 2 minutes apiece. Because again, I want to make sure everybody have clarity tonight, since y'all call this a debate. And that's what's been clarified through my man Buddha. It is not an argument, it's a debate. We're gonna give Phil 2 minutes to debate his side. I'm gonna give my man Craftmatic 2 minutes to debate. And this is how we all should do. We should not argue. We should listen. 2 minutes. Go.
You feel that both parties are wrong. I'm telling you, it's only one person that's wrong in the whole cheating thing.
Right.
The person that's single is not cheating. The person that's married is cheating.
Okay.
That's it. Point blank, clean cut. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the court of law and you want to have a divorce, that person that decided to cheat with the married person, that person is not going to be held accountable. So you can't hold a person accountable that's not held accountable by what you have written in your contract. You can't hold them accountable. How can you? They didn't involve themselves in their contract. Period. Point blank.
Okay. If you go out and you cheat with a married person, and even though the appearances that that person's marriage may already be failing, doesn't matter. If you go out and you cheat with that person and that person's marriage fails, you are the cause and the contributor of that marriage.
Bullshit.
And that marriage
I'm
failing
sorry.
and
Sorry.
that marriage failing
Yeah,
and
yours
that
up.
family failing, you will have
Yeah.
a price to pay. There will be a mark upon your head until you repent or until you go through the fire, because you are going to get put through the exact same fire that you started. The fire that you lit and let burn up that family, it's going to catch up with you. You're going to burn and send your own feet, and the stones will not be in league with you. That means the troubles of the world are going to be after you, and the Lord ain't going to protect you. That's what I'm talking about. Not a physical thing. The court can't do nothing to you. The judge ain't going to say nothing to you. But I promise the karmic activity and the universal law of attraction, with the law that God set up in His Word, in the good book, it will come back to you as you have put it out there. That's why He said eye for an eye. Because He said if you sin and lust at a woman, pluck your own eye out. Because if you don't pluck it out, I'm going to pluck it out. It's got to be plucked out. Bad for bad is bad for bad, and you ain't going to never change that. You participated in a robbery, you lied, you stole, and there's going to be a price to pay.
One of the things I can tell y'all tonight is this is how we need to sit at a round table. One of the things I can tell you all day long, I don't know what's going on in y'all lives. One of the things I want to do is bring some real conversations to the forefront where we can figure some things out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.